How's it going, guys? My name's Camel and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online blacksmithing tutorial. In this video I'm going to run through the basics of the Elder Scrolls Online blacksmithing system. Going to give you a quick run through what it looks like when blacksmithing, and then I'm going to jump straight into the styling, which is where most people had issues. There's going to be a lot in this video, but I'll try and keep it to the point and not bore you to death like I'm doing right now. Now, before you can start blacksmithing, you need the materials. I've uploaded previous videos on how to obtain and extract the materials so they're in appropriate form for blacksmithing. Also need, however, a styling ore. Now that we're onto styling ores, I'm just going to get straight into this because this is long and confusing, and this is where everyone got stuck, including myself. I was stuck for about 3 hours. Now, when we go to Smith, we want to be in the Creation tab, then we have the Weapon or Armor tab, and then we have the Type, so the Weapon or Armor type, swords, axes, chest pieces, boots, whatever. And then we have Material, in this case we'll be using iron ingots. And thirdly, everyone's favourite, Style. How this styling system works. Every race has a style of armor and weapons. This can be seen in previous Elder Scrolls games with items like Elven armor, Nordic weapons, Dwarven shields, stuff like that. When you change the style of an item, all it does is change the skin. It will do the same damage and hold the same stats, it'll just look different. Every style has an ore dedicated to it, so adding specific styling ores into the style slot will determine which race's style is applied to the crafted item. The styling ore that creates Nordic style items is corundum, which you can see is being used in my style slot. When you start off, the only style that you can apply to crafted items is your race's style. Now, in this video I'm playing a Nord, and the only style that I can craft to begin with is Nordic style armor and weapons. You may have just noticed that I grabbed some obsidian ore out of the bank. Now, obsidian ore is used to craft dark elf style items. I'm a Nord, not a dark elf, so it's redded out and I cannot create dark elf style items at this point. If you look up into the type slot, as I flick through the style ores, it changes the skin of the item in the type slot. This can just give you an idea of like the different skins that are applied to different styles. There are also some styles like Daedric, Primitive, and Ancient Elvish, which are not any particular race of style. These are just other styles that you can create. Ancient Elvish uses Malachite, which is a green semi-precious stone, so I'm assuming it's going to be the glass. If you are one race and you want to create other races' styles, you can do this. I wasn't able to dip my toe enough into this during the beta because I only had so much time. When you select a styling ore and it's redded out, it does say learn style to craft, so this does imply that you can learn how to create those other styles. How to get these styling ores? Now, I've found a couple of different ways to get these. Probably the easiest is at every blacksmithing station there'll be a blacksmithing supplier, and here you'll see me having a chat to Maisa, and in her inventory you can see that she has for sale all of the styling ores that you need. Secondly, you can find them just knocking around. Here you can see me finding some moonstone in a cupboard, and then here I find some manganese in a side table. Thirdly, you can obtain these ores through extracting from items you've made or that you've found, but I'll cover that in part 2 of this video, because extracting is a whole thing in itself. Okay, in this part I want to talk about the crafting scaling system. This is pretty cool, I really like how they've done this. Basically, in the materials tab, you can add extra material. Every time you add one extra material, it increases the level requirement of the item you're crafting by 2. It also increases the stats and the value. You can see right under the picture of the iron ingot there's a plus or a minus sign and then a number in between. That number is how many ingots that you are going to consume to make that item. I suggest that before you commit consuming those materials to make an item, in the middle of the screen there it'll show you exactly what you're going to craft, and I would just check that it's the right level. You don't want to make a whole set of armor and a weapon that's level 1 when you say level 8. On this character I just hit level 6, and now I want to create some armor and weapons that requires level 6 and replace those old level 4 items. Level 4. Who's level 4? I'm joking, I was level 3 for about like 4 days. In part 2 I'm going to be talking about extracting armors and weapons. Also we're going to be covering improving armor and weapons, and something that probably none of you have heard of, but I did get a chance to inspect, is unidentified heavy armor, obscure heavy armor, little known heavy armor, but I'll cover that in part 2. Okay, Camel Pods, that's it for part 1 of the Elder Scrolls Online blacksmithing video. Hopefully all you viewers have learned something. Please comment if you have any questions or anything to add that would be useful to myself or any other players. Drop a like if this has helped you out at all. Be generous and share amongst your friends. And of course, subscribe if you like this video and want more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys over in part 2. Goodbye.